guys, thanks for tuning in. This is OPTIBOTIMUS coming to you with another video review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Deluxe Class Firefly. It's supposed to be Firefly. For whatever reason, the term Firefly is okay, but Fireflight isn't. You would think Fireflight would be a little bit more of a specific term as opposed to Firefly. I don't know, but for the packaging, you can see really cool image of Firefly here in the back. Absolutely loving it. This guy really has a nice kind of throwback to that original Fireflight figure. You got the image of his jet mode right there. Come around, you see it combines to form Superion, and it's number 5 of 5. Unfortunately, though, the official 5th one won't be released until Wave 2, but when we get that, we'll be able to complete it, and it's going to look terrific. You can see that he can become either an arm or a leg on any of the combiner figure. So it works on Superion, it works on Menasor, works on anything that may be coming out in the future. And it says that Firefly is the aerial bot recon specialist. And for the packaging, that's about it. I mean, I really do love it. It definitely has a very collector feel, especially with the art here in the back. Really very, very sharp. So without further ado, let's get this guy open and see how cool he actually is. Alright guys, so here we have Firefly open up and out of its packaging, and I might accidentally call him Firefly. You're just going to have to bear with me. That's all there is to it. And again, when it comes to these just deluxe class jets, I really think that Hasbro did a great job of homaging those original cartoons and toys. There are some things that are changed. Well, at least for me, I have his wings up like that, and I shouldn't. But overall, it looks really very good. From the top, anyhow. You can see that it has a very nice Firefly kind of resemblance. You do have the arms right here, which kind of stick out and probably look a little worse here than on anyone else for the most part. But all in all, get that pushed down all the way. All in all, though, it's decent looking from that angle. When you come to the side kind of bugs me. Now, I wish that they could do something with these feet. It just, honestly, vehicle mode here, I think, is the worst looking of the aerial bots, just because of the way that it looks here. I mean, bringing in the skydive here, I mean, you can see, I mean, he's got his feet down here, so, I mean, you can see that. They kind of hang down, but Fireflights just kind of dangle a lot more, and it just, I don't know, it doesn't look nearly as good. You can see that with Skydive, his hands are kind of hidden here, but I mean, it's the same basic principle where the arms are on the side. It's just with Fireflights here, they're right there, and it looks a little worse, I think. It's kind of unfortunate. Like I said, I mean, of the well, I guess 2 jets that we've gotten so far in terms of deluxe forms, I think that the excess robot kibble here on this guy just really hurt him. Now, for a comparison, here's his G1 self, and again, you can see where a lot of the inspiration came from. I love how they kept the wing color with the blue and the gold, and that's how the original wings looked. I mean, the same thing with this tail wing thing. You got the yellow and the blue on there. You got the Autobot logos right there. Nice red body, white wings. I mean, it all is pretty much the same, but I mean, it always was a, you know, kind of weird looking jet, and the fact that, I mean, you could pretty much see what was going to happen here in terms of transformation. You could totally do the same thing here. For some reason, this one bugs me a lot more with the stuff that hangs underneath them, and that kind of bums me out. But all in all, I'm still very happy with the figure. It's still one that I absolutely do love, and I will recommend all day long. It's just, if I'm ranking the deluxe figures in this first wave, he's probably the weakest of the deluxes that we've gotten. Now, for his accessories, he does come with the hand that can dub as both a hand or a foot. I'm going to show you the foot here, not first and foremost. So this is going to be his foot mode thing. And then he does come with a gun that, if you wanted to, you can peg underneath his wing. I don't know why you would want to do it, but you can peg it underneath his wing. Now, Firefly has always been an arm for me, specifically the left arm. So that's what I'm going to use this for. But to kind of highlight the Combiner War gimmick and show you that he can be a leg, basically all you do, fold this back, kind of tuck that in, Can angle this forward. These are the leg transformation is almost identical to the other aerial bots that we've gotten, just slightly different. I'm gonna rotate his head, tuck that around like that, then you bring this back up. This clips into place like so. You can fold these like you want, or you could fold them this way. I mean, you can fold them any way you really want to. I'm just gonna fold them like that for the heck of it. Bring this section up. You can bring this forward. You can leave it flush like that, whatever you want to do, personal preference. Stick that on there, and there's those legs. It's a leg. In bringing our buddy Superion here, you can see the little connector bit. You can lock that in just like so, and you can have his leg hang out there if you want to. Now again, my personal preference is keeping them like this, where the bottom section here is the front part of the leg. So you can do that as well here. You kind of angle this up, and I really do think that this looks better. Maybe it's just a personal preference on my part, but I think it just looks a little bit neater, I think. I don't know. You have it around like that, and it just looks strange, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it's just I'm so used to the way Superion looks in terms of having his legs and things of that nature like that. Maybe it kind of ruins my ability to think outside the box. But it's not for me, honestly. So taking this off, we're going to go to his robot mode now. We're going to angle this all back. You can leave that there. These arms detach and swivel out like that. You detach these, and again, it's the same mechanism, but the way that it tabs here is a little bit reversed, whereas on Skydives, it kind of tabs here at the top. It actually tabs here on the bottom on Firefly, I should say. I'm sorry, Firefly. Angle that, you put the little post right there so that you bring this up, and then squeeze that in there, locking that into place like that. Do that on this side as well. Bring that up. Give that nice little squeeze right there. Straighten out his legs, keep all that up, bring these arms down just like so. Take this section, rotate this around, position his head, get his legs situated fairly nicely, and there you have Firefly in his robot mode. But again, it's actually pretty impressive that they're able to take the same basic engineering and give us essentially 3 different looking characters. Now granted, there's not a heck of a lot that's different, but I'm still pretty impressed nonetheless. And I really do think that it's a nice carryover kind of homage to those original G1 aerial bots. So using him and bringing in his G1 self, there you have them. Big difference, but and my sticker's upside down on this because, well, I didn't put that on there, so you can't blame me. But I mean, a lot of similarities. I mean, very, very cool. I love the head. It very nicely kind of captures that same look where you had this silver for the actual mouthpiece, and then you got silver here at the top. You got that as well here, which I think looks really cool. I absolutely love it. Robot mode here is probably my favorite looking. The jet mode, like I said, is probably the weakest, and it really does just come into the realm of weak looking vehicles because the feet, you can't do anything with them. They stick out a little bit too much, and it bums me out. You can see he's got his gun right here. Again, I don't know why you would want to, but you can have them hold this as a big giant gun looking thing. It just looks silly. Get that out of there. But again, very, very cool looking and nicely captures that Firefly look. I really, really do dig it. The silver, the white all look really very, very sharp. Now for his articulation, the shoulders here, well, the head is on a ball joint, so you get a nice range of motion with that. The shoulders do slide up and down here at this extra little joint. That's not really for anything much. You got the elbow, I'm sorry, the shoulder that's actually on a full ball joint, so nice range of motion. You got fairly soft slash hard ratchet joints there. You can hear them pretty strongly here, at least on mine. They rotate at the elbow as well. The waist here rotates around, so that will come in very handy, especially with the Superion. Again, it kind of looks strange here in the waist area. You got a lot of bulk here in the upper body, and then it's all held by this little teeny tiny middle gray piece, which kind of is strange, but the hips here are on ball joints as well, so you get a nice range of motion. They rotate at the upper part of the thigh. They bend here at the knee, nothing at the foot, but all the articulation that you could possibly want really is there, and I love the guy. I mean, all of these are really very impressive. Robot modes are all absolute fantastic. And honestly, even like I said, that the jet mode's probably the weakest, it's not bad. It really isn't. It just, I don't feel is as good as those other ones. So the guy is really very cool. Now, like I said, typically for me, Firefly was the left arm for Superion. So to do that, we're going to just take this head, rotate this around, bring this up just like that. These legs right here are going to connect right there, locking together. You can do whatever you want with this. You can leave that there, you can leave it there, whatever you really want to do. Now for these arms, I mean, again, it's personal preference of how you want to do it, but I kind of like doing this, just putting them down here. That's kind of the way I've been doing it on some of these. So you just tuck it down there, and that might be the actual way to do it. Who knows? I mean, it really just depends on how you want yours to look. Then you rotate this around. That's going to be the elbow joint. Bring in the hand, left hand. So get this extended out like that. Bring this down. That's actually the right hand. So we're going to flip it around like that. That'll be the left hand. And then you just peg that in there. And honestly, I had this all reversed, so it should be like this. There we go. And there you have them as a left arm. And again, really great looking. I think it comes together pretty well. You do have the rotation joint right there. You got the double elbow joint. You can collapse these legs up if you do just want to have one joint there, or maybe if you want to shorten the way that the arm looks or something like that. But there's the arm. And of course, bringing in Superion again, you just take this, slide that down, give that a nice little push, just like that, and now you have his arm. And again, full range of motion there. I mean, nice solid ratchet joints. I mean, you can see it holds very well. It can hold forward just like so. It rotates here at what was his waist, and now you basically have a rotation for Superion's elbow. Moves at two joints right here. I mean, all the articulation that you could possibly think of. But again, we'll cover all that when we take a look at the Superion review. So sliding this out, and you can see it locks in there very securely. So you're not going to have to worry about things falling apart like we did with a lot of those other power cord combiners and things of that nature. So really very nice. Now straightening this back out, go ahead, remove this, and then again, I mean, if we're going to his robot mode, I mean, this is really all you do. You just fold all this stuff back down, bring his head, boom, and pull that apart, keep that up, and there you have him back in his robot mode. So they transform really quickly, and I really dig that. The simplicity of here, while a lot of people have complained about it in the past, I think works very nicely. It really does recapture that simple nature that G1 toys had. I think it's great. Now going back to his jet mode, we're going to take this, detach this, rotate his head around, bring this down just like so, give that a nice little push, get these arms out of the way, detach these pieces, and like I said, it kind of is reversed, whereas with Skydive they came up and they tabbed in the top. This actually tabs down in the bottom, so you kind of accordion this down here, and you can see that you got a little section right up in there. That's what actually tabs that in, and then you bring this whole bit right here down, locking that into place. Do that on this side as well. Separate that. You accordion his knees up and in, bring that down, fold this out. I probably should have connected the two halves, give that a nice little push. Make sure that's pushed up there good. Fold this down, yeah, there we go. Get that like that. Fold those wings down, just like that. Angle this section down, and then you got the little tab on the inside of, or the outside here of his legs. Just bring that down, lock that into place on the side. Do that on that side as well. Lock that in. Angle these wings down, yeah, because for some reason these wings are meant to go on an angle down like that, and keeping those wings angled down. All of them are a little angled, but there you have Firefly, or Firefly, whatever you want to call him, back in his jet mode. But honestly, I don't know really what else that I can say about these that I haven't said before. I'm really very happy with how Hasbro put these together. They took a lot of cues in terms of visual aesthetic from the original G1 toys in the cartoon and really did a good job of incorporating them here with these new generation figures. And I really do feel that for the first time in a very long time, Hasbro finally gets it when it comes to making combiners. And Firefly here is no exception. Jet mode, as I said, from the top is probably the best looking, although you do have these, but all the jets basically had that sticking there on the side. Even Alpha Bravo does his just hide a little bit better because he's a helicopter. But I really don't particularly like how far his feet hang down. One thing that I didn't even touch on is that he's got landing gear, whereas Skydive didn't have landing gear, so you have that little bit there for it. But I mean, even if you put it on there, it's just going to dangle down there, so I mean, it makes sense that they put landing gear in there. I just, like I said, not a big fan of those, and they don't even look like wheels, so I mean, that's clearly what they're resting on down there, but it just bugged me that little bit right there. Transformation is essentially the same as all the other aerial bots that we've gotten, so it's not really anything that we're not used to by this point. But that being said, it's still a fun transformation. And even though that I've done this several times with several different figures, it's one that I enjoy doing. So as simple as it is, it still entertains me. But the robot mode just looks terrific. The combination of the white and the silver really do stand out and look great, and everything just comes together very nicely. And then obviously the combined mode, it's your personal preference. Have him as a leg, have him as an arm, it's up to you. But either way, both limbs I think are really well done. But yeah, I absolutely love these guys, and I cannot recommend these enough to you. Right now at retail, they're slowly trickling out, so if you're looking for them, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, you can get them at Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do is click on the link down in the video description. You'll go to Big Bad Toy Store where you can pick these up and add them to your collection today. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. So once again, I want to thank you for tuning in. This has been OPTIBOTIMUS. Don't forget that you can keep in touch with me by liking my Facebook page at facebook.com/TeamBotimus and by following me over on Twitter at twitter.com/OPTIBOTIMUS. Also, I'd encourage you to check out my new website at OPTIBOTIMUSreviews.com, where you can see all my videos from the previous week, see what I have coming up for future release, and also get your very own OPTIBOTIMUS t-shirt. And finally, guys, I'd also really appreciate it that if you like this review, don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'll talk to you later.